Screen is visible. Screen is visible. Okay. Today we'll be starting with the topic on magnetization and permeability. We know that electrons spin about their nucleus, and even there is a spin due to nucleus also. The magnetic field is produced due to the spin of the electrons and also due to the spin of the nucleus. This is similar to the magnetic field produced by the current flowing in a loop. When the current flows in a loop, it produces magnetic field surrounding it. Similarly, when the electrons spin or when the nucleus spin, it produces magnetic field surrounding it. The current produced by the bound charges such as orbital electrons or the electron spin is called as bound current. The current produced by the bound charges, bound charges means the charges which are bound to the nucleus, right? Free charges are the charges which are free charges which are not bound to the nucleus. So there are two types here. One is the bound charges, another one is the free charges. Bound charges are the charges which are bound to the nucleus, and free charges are the charges which are free from the nucleus. The current produced by the bound charges such as orbital electrons or the electron spin is called as the bound current, and the current produced by the free charges is called as the free current. Okay. The current produced by the bound charges such as orbital electrons and electron spin is called as bound current, and the current produced by the free charges is called as the free current. Field produced due to movement of bound charges is called magnetization, represented by capital M. The field which is produced due to movement of the bound charges. When the bound charges move, they produce the magnetic field surrounding them, and there is a magnetization. We'll see what is magnetization later. And this is called as the magnetization, that is the field produced by the movement of the bound charges. The field produced due to movement of bound charges is called magnetization, represented by capital M. Let the bound current IB flow through a closed path. Let us consider a closed path through which the bound current IB is flowing. Assume that this closed path encloses a differential area ds. The closed path through which the current is flowing is enclosing a certain differential area. Let us say it is ds. Okay. Then the magnetic dipole moment is given by M is equal to IB into ds. We know that the magnetic dipole moment is given by the product of the current and the area of the path or the area of the loop. So it is M is equal to IB into ds. This is the magnetic dipole moment. Then the total magnetic dipole moment, if we want to find, then we have to take the summation of all the, that is of all the dipoles, right? That is, if we take the summation of the individual magnetic dipole moment, then we get the total magnetic dipole moment. The total magnetic dipole moment is given by summation A equal to 1 to n delta V. So we are getting n delta V, that is for one dipole moment, the volume is delta V. Therefore, for n dipole moments, the volume will be n into delta V. Okay. Or we can take it in the other way, that is for one magnetic dipole, the volume is delta, that is for one magnetic dipole, it is delta V. Therefore, for n magnetic dipole moment, it is n into delta V. Okay, that is the total volume we are getting over the function MA, over the function magnetic dipole MA, where MA is the magnetic dipole due to the individual dipole moment. Okay, magnetization is defined as the magnetic dipole moment per unit volume. Now we have to find per unit volume. If you want to find per unit volume, that means we have to divide by delta V. We have to divide by delta V. Right? Then we'll get magnetic dipole moment per unit volume. Okay, per unit volume. So that will be how much? That is given by M bar is equal to limit as 1 upon delta V summation A equal to 1 into 1 to n delta V MA bar delta V tends to 0. You have to apply the limit as delta V tends to 0 because we are finding at a particular point. Therefore, the volume delta V tends to 0. This is the magnetization, that is the magnetic dipole moment per unit volume. Right? For 1 unit volume or per unit volume, whatever is the magnetic dipole moment, that is called as the magnetization, and it is denoted as capital M bar. Its unit is ampere per minute. Ampere per meter. Unit of the magnetization is ampere per meter. Okay. Let us consider certain area, right, of the material here. When we are not applying the magnetic field, when the magnetic field is not applied, how will be the orientation of the dipole moments? Let us say we are not applying the magnetic field, then the orientation of the dipole moments will be in the random direction. Magnetic dipole moments will be aligned in the random direction. Okay, because of this, the total or the net dipole moment, that will be equal to 0, because these dipole moments cancel out each other, and therefore the net magnetic moment produced will be equal to 0. But suppose if you are applying the external magnetic field, then these dipole moments, they are aligned in a particular direction, they are aligned in a particular orientation, because of which the net magnetic dipole moment will be not equal to 0. Right? So these two figures show, that is when the magnetic field is not applied, how will be the orientation and what will be the magnetic dipole moment, and when the external magnetic field is applied, what will be the orientation of the dipole moments and what will be the net magnetic dipole moment. Consider differential volume delta V. When external field is not applied to the material, there is random orientation of the magnetic dipole moment as shown in the figure here. Thus, the total sum of the magnetic dipole moments is 0. Because they cancel out each other, the total sum of magnetic dipole moments is 0 when the external field is not applied to the material. And therefore, magnetization M is also 0, because magnetization M is defined as the magnetic dipole moment per unit volume. When magnetic dipole moment sum is 0, therefore magnetization M is also 0. With the application of the external field B, the magnetic moments of the electrons, they align in with the particular value of B on their own, such that the net magnetic moment will not be equal to 0. That is, when the external magnetic field is applied, the net magnetic moment is not equal to 0. Let us consider alignment of the alignment of the magnetic dipole along a closed path. Let the magnetic moment M make an angle theta with the element of the closed path dl. The magnetic moment M, it makes an angle theta with the element dl of the closed path. In the small volume, there are n ds dot dl total magnetic moments. That means magnetic moment here it is given by, for the small volume of ds into dl. Magnetic moment per unit volume. Magnetic moment per unit volume, it is nothing but n. Therefore, if we want for the small volume ds into dl, the total magnetic moment will be equal to n into ds into dl. What is the relation here? Magnetic moment per unit volume, it is equal to n. Then if we want for a small volume ds dot dl, then the total magnetic moment will be equal to n into ds into dl. This will be the total magnetic moment for a small volume ds into dl. And that is the total magnetic moment. For one magnetic moment, it is this much. Therefore, for n magnetic moments, it will be equal to n into ds into dl. Right? Under the external magnetic field, random orientation changes to partial alignment of the magnetic moments. To achieve this, the bound current increases by IB. That is, when the external magnetic field is applied, the dipole moments, they are aligned in a particular direction, because of which there is increase in the bound current. Right? There is increase in the, because they are aligned in a particular direction, because of which the bound current will increase. Previously, they are in a haphazard manner. They are aligned in a random direction, because of which the bound current is less. The net bound current will be less, but when they are aligned in a particular direction, the net bound current will increase. I told what is bound current. Bound current is the current produced due to the, that is current produced by the bound charges. Bound charges are nothing but which are bound to the nucleus. Therefore, we can write dIB is equal to NIB ds dot dl. Now, this is for N ds dl. This is the total magnetic moment. Total magnetic moment. Now, if we want for the current IB, that is for per unit current, for the per unit current, it is given by N into ds into dl. Therefore, for the current IB, the total increase in dIB will be equal to NIB ds dot dl. For unit current, it is this much, that is N into ds into dl. Therefore, if you want for the current IB, that is dIB will be equal to small increase in the current will be equal to N into IB into ds into dl. So this N into IB into ds, N into IB into ds, what is this? N into IB into ds, what is this? Product of the current, total current and the area. Current multiplied by area is called as, what is the product of current and the area? I told at the beginning of the topic here, the product of the current and the area is called as, it is called as what? Product of the current and the area. Yes, anybody? Pallavi? Pallavi, can you tell me? Ilyas Ahmad? Ilyas Ahmad? Can you tell me here? Let us go back and check. The magnetic dipole moment is given by the product of the current and the area of the loop. It is IB into ds, current multiplied by area, that gives the magnetic dipole moment. That means here this is nothing but the magnetic dipole moment, but it is for per unit volume, because here we have considered for a small volume, right? As it is for a small volume, it is as good as per unit volume. Therefore it is N into IB into ds, N into IB into ds. Okay, N into IB into ds. It is as good as magnetic moment per unit volume. Okay, so it is N into IB into ds dot dl, that is magnetization M dot dl, magnetization M dot dl. Okay, so this N into IB into ds is nothing but the magnetic dipole moment, but the volume what we are considering is for a small volume, so it is as good as per unit volume. Therefore, this I can write it as N into IB into ds as magnetization M, which is the magnetic dipole moment per unit volume, M dot dl. Take it as equation 4. Okay. The total increase in current is obtained by, now if this is the small increase in current dIB, therefore if you want a total increase in current, it is given by the integration of M bar dot dl bar. Take it as equation number 5. Okay, that is total current is given by the bound current plus free current. Bound current plus free current is the total current, that is the, according to Ampere circuit law, the total current is given by the closed line integral of H bar dot dl bar, right? H bar dot dl bar, that is the Ampere's circuit law. We have studied the Ampere circuit law, correct? Therefore, the IT is given by, the total current is given by, now here B is equal to mu naught into H, or H bar is equal to B by mu naught. B is equal to mu naught into H, or H bar is equal to B by mu naught. Therefore, it is closed line integral B bar divided by mu naught dot dl bar. Now let us consider equations 5, 6 and 7. From equations 5, 6 and 7, IT is equal to IB plus I, or I is equal to IT minus IB. IT minus IB. It is I is equal to closed line integral. IT is closed line integral of B bar by mu naught dot dl bar minus IB. IB is closed line integral M bar dot dl bar. Okay, this is the equation that we get for the current I, that is the free current. Okay. Therefore, I will be equal to B by upon mu naught dot dl bar. Right here, what is common? Dl bar is common. So dl bar, if we take it outside, we will get B upon mu naught minus M. It is B upon mu naught minus M bar dot dl bar. If we compare this equation with the Ampere circuit law, Ampere circuit law is given by I is equal to closed line integral H bar dot dl bar. What are similar here? Here I is there, LHS I is there. Then here dl bar is there, dl bar is there. Then instead of this, we are having H bar. That means we can equate H bar with B bar by mu naught minus M. So we are having H bar is equal to B bar upon mu naught minus M, or B bar will be equal to, if we rearrange here, H bar plus M bar. So it is B bar will be equal to mu naught into H bar plus M bar. B bar will be equal to mu naught into H bar plus M bar. Fine. If we are considering the linear isotropic magnetic materials, linear magnetic materials are the materials in which the output is linear function of the input, and in the isotropic materials, the magnetic property is similar or identical throughout the material. So such materials are called isotropic magnetic materials. For such magnetic materials, the magnetization M bar is given by Xm into H bar. What is Xm here? It is a susceptibility, magnetic susceptibility of the medium, which is a measure of how much susceptible the material is to the magnetic field. How much susceptible, okay, the magnetic material is to the magnetic field, that is given by the susceptibility Xm. If we substitute the value of M from equation 11 in equation 10, so from equation 11, if we substitute in equation 10, we get B bar will be equal to mu naught into H bar plus M bar. H bar plus M bar is Xm H bar. So take mu naught outside, it will be 1 plus Xm into H bar. Okay, take it as equation number 12. For any magnetic material, we can write B bar is equal to mu into H bar, or that is mu naught mu r H bar. Take it as equation 13. Comparing equation 12 and 13, if we compare equation 12, that is B bar is equal to mu naught into 1 plus Xm H bar, then here it is mu naught mu r H bar. So mu r will be equal to 1 plus Xm. If we compare equation 12 with 13, mu r will be equal to 1 plus Xm. Further, mu is equal to mu naught into mu r. Mu is equal to mu naught into mu r, or mu r will be equal to mu by mu naught. Mu r will be equal to mu by mu naught. So write it, mu r is equal to mu by mu naught, that is equal to 1 plus Xm. From the current definition, we can write del cross H is equal to J bar. This is the current density equation, which we already derived this equation. Del cross H bar is equal to J bar. Similarly, on similar lines, I can also write del cross M bar is equal to JB, where M is the magnetization and JB is the bound current density. This is magnetic field intensity H bar. This is current density J bar. M is the magnetization and JB is the, that is, bound current density. Okay. So any difficulty in this derivation, students, here? Any difficulty in this derivation? I hope the derivation is understood to everyone. This derivation is clear here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Seychelles, is it clear? Derivation? Seychelles? Shweta? Shweta, derivation is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, we will solve few examples here on the magnetization and permeability. Note down this example, students. If B bar is equal to 0.05 x AY bar Tesla in a material for which Xm is equal to 2.5, find mu r, mu, H bar, M bar, J bar and JB bar. Okay, note down the example. Taken, students? Is it taken?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now here they have given the magnetic flux density B bar 0.05 x AY bar Tesla. XM magnetic susceptibility is given. They have asked to find relative permeability, magnetic field density H bar, magnetization M bar, then current density J bar and bound current density JB bar. Okay, let us find out these parameters. For the material, magnetic susceptibility XM is given as 2.5. The first parameter, relative permeability in terms of magnetic susceptibility, that is mu r is given by XM plus 1. You go back and see the formulas here, where we have written here, mu r is equal to 1 plus XM or XM plus 1. Okay, so write it, mu r is equal to XM plus 1, XM is 2.5 plus 1, that will be equal to 3.5. 3.5, right? Then permeability of the material. Permeability of the material is given by mu is equal to mu naught into mu r. Mu naught is 4.2 10 to minus 7. Mu r is 3.5. Whatever you have calculated in the previous one. If you multiply these two, check whatever you are getting. Tell me the answer. The magnetic flux density is given by B is equal to mu into H. We know this equation. It is mu naught into mu r into H bar. Or H bar is equal to B bar divided by mu naught mu r. B bar is the given value here 0.05 x AY bar divided by mu naught into mu r. We have calculated here, the same we have to substitute and find out the value of H bar. Then last one is magnetization. It is given by M bar is equal to XM into H bar, right? Magnetization equation we can go back and see here. It is given by XM into H bar. This one here, magnetization is given by XM into H bar. This equation, we have to use this equation. XM is given 2.5 into H bar, whatever you have calculated in the previous, just substitute and find the value of magnetization M bar. Okay, note down the steps here, students, and tell me what all answers you are getting. Formulas, you know the formulas, note down the formulas here. Mu r is equal to XM plus 1, mu is equal to mu naught into mu r, then B bar is equal to mu H bar, or that is mu naught into mu r into H bar. Then H bar is equal to B bar divided by mu naught mu r. Magnetization is given by M bar is equal to XM into H bar. Right? Note down these formulas and tell me the answers. Tell me the answers, students. Tell me the answers. What is the answer you are getting? Tell me the answers. How much you are getting? What is the value of mu you are getting? Value of mu. Mu will be equal to 4.3982 into 10 raised to minus 6 Henry per meter. Anybody got the magnetic flux density? B bar. How much is B bar? How much is B bar? How much you got? B bar? H bar? Yes, anybody? H bar is equal to 11.3682 into 10 raised to 3x AY bar ampere per meter. What about magnetization? What is the value of magnetization? M bar is equal to xm into H bar. M bar is equal to xm into H bar.
So 28.42 into 10 raised to 3 x A bar y ampere per meter.
Very good. M bar is equal to 24.82 into 10 raised to 3 x AY bar ampere per meter. Correct. Okay. So you all have to solve like this. Then what is remaining? J bar and JB bar are remaining. Let us write the formula for current density. It is J bar is equal to del cross H bar. It is AX bar, AY bar, AZ bar, dou by dou X, dou by dou Y, dou by dou Z, HX, HY, HZ in the determinant form. Then you will have to substitute in this determinant all the values and then simplify it. AX bar, AY bar, AZ bar are unit vectors. Then dou by dou X, dou by dou Y, dou by dou Z. Then HX component. There is no HX component. If you can check here in the H value, whatever we have got magnetic field intensity, it is H bar. Right, it is 11.3682 into 11.3682 into 10 raised to 3 x AY bar. So there is only AY component. There is no X component. Don't think that this is AX. X is AX component. It should be AX bar, AY bar, and AZ bar. Coefficient of AX bar, AY bar, and AZ bar. Right. So here it is AY bar. Coefficient of AY bar is this. It is not the coefficient of X. Okay. So coefficient of X is 0. Similarly, coefficient of Z is 0. We have only the Y component. Whatever we have got here. This value, okay, Y component. Then write it and simplify. You'll get dou by dou X of 11.3682 into 10 raised to 3 x AZ bar. Okay. Then if we take the differentiation of this with respect to X, it will be 11.3682 into 10 raised to 3 AZ bar ampere per meter square. Okay. Similarly, bound current density is given by JB is equal to del cross M bar. JB is equal to del cross M bar. This AX, AY, AZ, dou by dou X, dou by dou Y, dou by dou Z, MX, MY, MZ. Magnetization with respect to X, Y component of magnetization, then Z component of magnetization. Okay. Then substitute the MX, MY, and MZ in this determinant and find the value of JB bar. Substitute and tell me, students, what is the MX? Check here, magnetization, whatever we have got, M bar is equal to 24.8 into 10 raised to 3 x AY bar ampere per meter. Whether it is X coordinate or Y coordinate. Whether this value is X coordinate or Y coordinate. Yes. Whether there is whether it is X coordinate or Y coordinate. It is Y coordinate, AY bar. AY bar is there. It is a Y coordinate. It is not X or Z. So X and Z coordinates are 0. Okay, substitute them. X coordinate is 0, Z coordinate is 0. So it will be 28.42 into 10 raised to 3 x. Okay. So JB bar is equal to dou by dou X of, if you simplify this, you will get 28.42 into 10 raised to 3 x AZ bar, or JB bar is equal to 28.42 into 10 raised to 3 AZ bar ampere per meter square after differentiating with respect to X. Okay. So this is how you all have to solve it. Okay. I hope this example is clear to everyone, students. Example is clear to everyone. Yes, please. Shall we move ahead? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Right. The second example, find the magnetic field intensity in a magnetic material where mu is equal to 1.8 into 10 raised to 5 Henry per meter and m equal to 120 ampere per meter. Mu r is equal to 22. There are 8.3 into 10 raised to 28 atoms per meter cube, and each atom has a dipole moment of 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 27 ampere per meter square, and B is equal to 300 micro Tesla and xm is equal to 15. Note down the example. Make it fast, students. Noted? Did you all note it, students? Noted here, students? Shall we solve it? Okay. Here, what is given? First part of the problem, mu is given and m is given. They have asked to find the magnetic field intensity for the first condition. Okay. So relative permeability mu r is given by mu naught, because mu is equal to mu naught into mu r will be equal to mu by mu naught. Mu is 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 5 divided by 4.10 raised to minus 7. So this comes out to 14.3239, the value of relative permeability. Then magnetic field density and magnetization are related by the equation m is equal to xm into h. M is equal to magnetization is given by the susceptibility into magnetic field intensity, that is mu r minus 1 into h. Mu r minus 1 into h. Therefore, h will be equal to m divided by mu r minus 1. H is equal to m divided by mu r minus 1. This is one of the relations that you will have to remember. Relation between magnetization, magnetic susceptibility, and the relative permeability. It is m is equal to xm into h, that is equal to mu r minus 1 into h. Okay, or h is equal to m divided by mu r minus 1. Substitute the value of m, it is 120 divided by mu r is 14.3239 minus 1. This will be 9 ampere per meter. Then the second part of the problem, here they have given mu r value. There are 8.3 into 10 raised to 28 atoms per meter cube, and each atom has a dipole moment of 4.5 10 raised to minus 27 ampere per meter square. That is, number of atoms is given 8.3 into 10 raised to 28 atoms per meter cube. That is, dipole moment is given 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 27 ampere meter square. This is for one atom. Therefore, for 8.3 into 10 raised to 28 atoms per meter cube, magnetization is given by n into m. That is 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 27 into 8.3 into 10 raised to 28. This comes out to 373.5 ampere per meter. This is the magnetization because they are given per volume divided by meter cube. Right? Per unit volume it is this much. Therefore, if we multiply the total number of atoms with the magnetic dipole moment, we get magnetic dipole moment per unit volume, that will be equal to 373.5 ampere per meter, which is the magnetization M. Then find out the magnetic field intensity, that is H is equal to M divided by mu r minus 1. Same relation. H is equal to M divided by mu r minus 1. M is 373.5 divided by mu r, they have given 22 minus 1. So this will be equal to 17.7857 ampere per meter. Note down the steps quickly, students. Note down the steps. Please make it fast. Taken? Is it taken here, students? Noted? Do you all note it here, students? Pallavi? Ilyas Ahmad? Ankita? Janvi? Is it noted?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right.
Noted, sir.
Okay, fine. The last part of the problem, that is if B is given and Xm is given, then what will be the magnetic field intensity? The magnetic flux density is given by the relation B is equal to mu into H, that is mu naught into mu r into H. That is mu naught into mu r is 1 plus Xm. Mu r is 1 plus Xm into H. Therefore, H will be equal to B divided by mu naught into 1 plus Xm. So B value is given. They have given the value of B as 300 micro Tesla, 300 into 10 to the minus 6 divided by mu naught is 4.2 10 to the minus 7 into 1 plus Xm. Xm is also given as 15. So 1 plus 15. If you simplify this, you will get 14.9207 ampere per meter, which is the magnetic field intensity. Okay. Note down this quickly. Please make it fast, students. Taken? I hope everybody noted here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Fine. Okay. In today's class, students, we have discussed about magnetization and permeability. Right? We have discussed the concept of magnetization. What is magnetization? What is permeability? Right? Then we have derived the equation for the magnetization, and then we have also derived the equation for that is magnetic flux density, that is given by mu naught into h bar plus m bar. Then magnetization of linear isotropic metal is given by xm into h bar. Then b bar is equal to mu naught into 1 plus xm into h bar. Then mu r is 1 plus xm, that is equal to mu by mu naught. Okay. Then del cross h is equal to j bar, del cross m is equal to jb bar. These are few of the important relations. Then they may ask these examples in the examination. Okay. So please practice the derivation and the examples. Any difficulty here, students, in these derivations and examples? Any difficulty? Atiya, any difficulty? Atiya?
Sir.
Any problem in understanding? Any difficulty here? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Ankita, any questions?
No, sir.
Fine. Janvi?
Yes, sir.
Janvi, any questions? Any difficulty, Janvi?
No, sir.
Okay. Tejas? Tejas?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Any problem in understanding, Tejas? Understood?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Okay, fine. Then in the next class, I'll be starting with the boundary condition in the electromagnetic fields. Okay, as we have done for the electrostatic fields, that will take up in the next class. Okay, thank you.